Hi, welcome back. I'm Dr. David Rowe from Rowe Chiropractic offices. We were just speaking with Julian about his low back pain situation that has been improving through chiropractic. Now let's look at his original x-ray. We look at his original x-ray from the side view. Now these side view full spines give us a lot of information about what the general posture is. The green is normal and Julian is the red. Now if you look at the normal, we're supposed to have these three slow sweeping curves. That works like a shock absorber. We've got these three curves that help us manage gravity. When the body's like that, the posture's upright, the structure's strong, but most importantly, the spinal cord is in there nice and relaxed, just gushing information from brain to body and back again, sending information through there like water would go through a fire hose in a full force. But obviously, when you look at Julian's posture originally, there was all kinds of blockages that wouldn't let his body function normally. Now, Julian's a nurse. He's standing on his feet, he's turning patients, he's got a lot of not only mental stress from the job, but also physical stress because of the amount of physical activity he has to do. So we look at a subluxation pattern like this, what are we gonna do about it? We're gonna come up with a very specific adjustment. Now he had a pinching on this bottom disc and this bottom disc was swollen, so we adjusted that. We also did some work in the mid-back and in the lower neck. We taught him a therapeutic exercise, and you can imagine a posture like this, what creates that posture is that he's lost the low back curve. Instead of it going like this, his low back curve is flattened and even reversed on the top. His cage is dropped and his head is forward. This is his posture. So we'll create a therapeutic exercise to push his cage back up, to push his cage in this direction, and then lift his cage up and pull his head back. I adjust, he created the therapeutic exercises. Then we did an in-office traction, and the in-office traction was focused on a strap that goes like this, that pulls him down like this. And we'll show you a picture of this, where we pull that curve back into position and lifting with another strap up like this. I adjust to free the stuck joint and take the stress off the nerve. Julian did the therapeutic exercises. We did an in-office traction, and then he supported that with a home traction. We worked together for one chiropractic care plan. The care plan are most of the time 36 visits. That's based upon research. We worked together for the 36 visits, and then we took this comparative x-ray. Now remember, green is normal and he is red, and look at this. He built this nice lumbar curve. The forward bending in the spine this way improved, pulling his head way back. Boy, look at the difference in that to that. He really made tremendous improvements by working hard to get this. Let's look at the focus of this. This is just the low back itself. In the low back, it's an elliptical curve. So we're supposed to have more curve at the bottom, but the body should be lifted like this. Well, he had lost basically all of his curve, and it's actually reversed up there. So when we push with the traction, pushing him forward like this, it creates this correction like that. And now we look at the comparative x-ray up close, and we made a really nice correction. Let's look at the chart and see what the numbers say. This chart comes from Posture Ray, and we know that the normal arch is supposed to be minus 40 degrees. It's measured from the top to the bottom of the curve, and if the curve is like this, we're going to measure an angle like that, and this should be minus 40 degrees. When Julian started, he was at minus 14.4. So we do the 36 visits, we take a comparative x-ray, and he made a really tremendous improvement to minus 29. Now, the research tells us that even though minus 40 is the ideal, a patient has to have at least minus 36 degrees. There's not a lot of wiggle room there in order to really get to decrease the chance of having low back pain in the future. So we still had some work to do, but boy, that was a great improvement. His cage, when I say his cage, the mid-back was shifted back this way. It's supposed to be, the bottom of the cage is supposed to sit right above the center of the pelvis. It's normally supposed to be 0 millimeters. He was a full inch back at minus 21. When we pushed the cage forward, we almost got perfect there. He got just to 1 millimeter. Now, let's look at the angles of the arch itself. The bottom of his pelvis is supposed to be 40 degrees, and it's an angle from the horizon to what we call a sacral base angle should be 40 degrees off of the horizon. There's research that tells us if you have anything below 32 degrees, the chances of pain, disability, even decreased longevity can be associated with angles like this. He was, as a young man, just at 21 degrees. When we took the comparative x-ray number 2, he's doing much better at 34 degrees. Let's look at the arch itself. When we, in a normal curve, we're supposed to be, it's an elliptical curve, the whole thing should be in the minus, but it starts off very steep at the bottom, and as it goes up the spine, it decreases, but the whole thing should be in the minus. These were Julian's original measurements, and the upper part of his lumbars were reversed. That's why we chose to put the strap right there to pull that curve back in. And when we took the comparative, he went to, not only did he go to 34 degrees, the sacral base angle, and 29 degrees as an overall, but these two reversals, well, one of them corrected and one was still in the plus, so we'll keep working on that. But he made a really tremendous improvement by fixing the subluxation, by fixing the posture, correcting the spinal arch. You can take the stress off the nerves, and then the body can heal. And not only do you get rid of this lifelong low back pain that he had suffered from, but it also makes him just as healthier from today through the rest of his life.